Welcome to KR Films Entertainment Channel. Today I'm going to be explaining a 2022 Telugu romance drama film Radhe Shyam. The movie begins at a training center for young astrologers and palm readers. The head of the institute, Guru, believes that astrology is the science that most people don't understand, and only a few people in the world are blessed with the ability to read the stars of a person. What's written in someone's palm cannot be changed, but a person can be made aware of how their future will turn out. We are then introduced to the protagonist of the film, Vikram. He is a globally acclaimed palm reader known as the Einstein of palmistry and is also Guru's best student. Every powerful leader in the world is after this man for his skills. When the Prime Minister of India summoned him, he read her palm and realized that the country is in grave danger, so he asked her to declare an emergency in the country. After this, he was compelled to flee the country and settle in Italy. Vikram has no loveline on his palm, meaning that he's destined to spend the rest of his life alone. Knowing this, he jumps from one woman to another, enjoying their presence as he knows nothing will ever last. Every woman he sleeps with falls in love with him, but he denies them the pleasure of being his wife. We are then introduced to Prerana, a beautiful young woman who seems traveling by train. A few guys try to hit on her and she ties her shawl around her waist and hangs out the train. When the men manage to pull her back in, they realize that this woman is crazy and bolt away. Prerana is a doctor who works at a hospital run by her uncle. She is well educated and an excellent doctor, but there seems to be something wrong with her, which will be explained further down the storyline. A few weeks passed by and Vikram boards the same train as Prerana. She tries the same stunt again, but Vikram is astonished by the girl's bravery. He does not shy away but instead hangs out the train with her. Just before they are about to run into a pole, Prerana saves his life by pulling him back in. As they step out of the train, he loses her in a crowd. Somehow he manages to track the gorgeous woman down, who's traveling on a school bus right next to him. He asks her to meet him, but she just tells him that they shall if fate wishes it for them. Vikram is dumbstruck with the girl's personality and apart ways. A few more weeks go by and guess what? Fate did indeed have plans for them to cross ways in this mysterious and wonderful world. They both complete each other's drawing by the side of the road. Their pictures at the photo booth overlap and even sees her from afar at a movie theater after she created a total mess around the area. I too believe that there's a woman who's supposed to be my soulmate because the universe has given me signs about her for the past 5 years. I find her to be the most beautiful woman in the world, and she's the only girl who gives me butterflies in my tummy when I look at her. Hopefully I'm manifesting her into my life by telling you all about it. LOL, am I dumb? One day Guru comes down to Italy to meet his astounding student. Just by touching him, he figures out that Vikram is in love with someone. He tries to teach Vikram a new lesson that he learned, which is that palmistry is 99% science and we write our own 1%. Vikram doesn't believe in this and just shakes it off. He meets up with a businessman who asks for his palms to be read. Vikram tells him that he's going to conquer the business world, but his wishes to become the Prime Minister of the country will never happen. The businessman is in disbelief and requests for his palm to be read once again. Vikram, feeling disrespected, gets up and walks away. Men start to follow Vikram around the city to nab him on the businessman's orders, but he outsmarts them and runs away. They chase him down the street and Vikram gets away on a stolen skateboard but gets hit by a bus. In the next scene, Vikram enters a hospital dripping in blood from head to toe. There he finally runs into Prerana and passes out in her arms. As days pass by, Vikram wakes up and the doctor claims that he's just got some minor injuries. When he told that Prerana is not looking for love or marriage, Vikram is overwhelmed with joy. Prerana then walks up to him and tells him that they're never going to date, but back at home she seems to be smitten that Vikram's presence in her life. That evening Vikram tries to convince her that he's not going to fall in love either, but they can do everything else that lovers usually do. Flirting skills 101. She gets mad at him for insinuating that they make love but ignores him as she's got to travel to another city the next day. When she gets off of her train, she spots Vikram on his bike. He's traveled all the way in the rain just to spend more time with her. As days go by, the both of them get to know each other better and spend time doing romantic shit together. They play at the beach, spend a night in a hotel and kiss under a rainbow. The both of them seem to have left their beliefs behind and are slowly falling in love with each other. On one of their dates, a stranger recognizes Vikram and asks him to read his daughter's palm. His daughter is an aspiring archer and the man wants to know whether she will succeed in her career. Vikram reads her palm and tells her that sports are not in the books for her, but the girl scoffs at his prediction. Looking at this, everyone on the train requests him to read their future too. After they get off the train, Vikram gets a weird feeling. He leaves Printer behind and chases the train down, trying to stop it. He manages to break a tree under the train's path, but in vain. The train diverts and takes another route. With instances like these, he is convinced that one's destiny is beyond their control and cannot be changed. That evening, Paradise shocked to find out that the train crashed, killing over 100 people. The girl from earlier as shown without an arm, ending her career in archery that very day. Priya never used to not believe in things like this before, is now a firm believer of Vikram. One evening on a boat ride, Purna asks Vikram to read her palm. He tells her that she will live a long and happy life and marry her true love. To his horror, prone, his nose starts bleeding and she passes out. He takes her to the hospital and the doctors rush her into the ICU and begin the surgery to revive her. Luckily, she makes it. Prone, his uncle, is infuriated at victim's prediction as she has been diagnosed with terminal cancer and has only 3 months to live. That is why she stops herself from falling in love, because she knows that the end is near. When Vikram told her that she live a long life, he gave her hope, which caused her condition to worsen. Despite her reports, Vikram still believes that she'll survive. This is none of his predictions to date have been wrong. Priya in his uncle is enraged at this madness, so he decides to put Vikram's skills to the test. He takes out the handprints of 3 dead corpses and one from his hand. He sets up a meeting and tells Vikram that if he gets any of it wrong, he'll have to stop feeding Prone his head with lies. To his surprise, Vikram deduces every one of them correctly and even realizes that one of them is the doctor's palm print. Seeing the accuracy of his predictions, Parin, his uncle, is astounded and puts his trust in Vikram. He even goes on to tell Priya no that she's going to live. As weeks go by, the both of them get to know each other better and Vikram even introduces Priya to his family. That's when she finds his diary and reads about all the wonderful things he's written about her and realizes that Vikram is madly in love with her as well. That evening, he takes her on a moonlit walk and tells her that he's moving to another country. She begs to join him on his journey, but he tells her that he has no loveline on his palm and breaks the poor girl's heart. Even though Vikram is in love with this girl, he's too scared to admit it, fearing he'll break her heart one day as fate says so. A devastated Purna tries to drown yourself in your bathtub but suddenly remembers that she has Victim's jacket in which he hid his diary. When she continues reading the diary, she understands the real reason for the breakup. Vikram is so in love with Priya now that his prediction about her living a long life has to come true, and that's why he's not going to fight his own fate. His fate reads that he will die at the depths of the ocean the next day, and that's why he's telling everyone he loves that he's going to be leaving the country for good. Parent is left dumbstruck, and just then her entire family comes rushing in with the good news that the cure for cancer has been found. Everyone hugs her in joy, but she is devastated knowing that the love of her life is going to be no more. On the other hand, Guru comes to visit Vikram again. He shows him all the books that he's written and that even though their prediction is always 100% right, only 99% of the people listen to them. There is always that 1% of people that have the power to realign the stars and write their own fate. When he shakes Victim's hand, he is terrified as he sees him drowning the next day. Vikram then decides to meet Printer and Bags for a dance on his last night there. The both of them are then seen ball dancing together, having the time of their lives and in the night making love, but Printer doesn't tell him that she knows what's coming. The next day, Vikram meets the girl from the train who opens his eyes. She's one of the people that Guru was talking about. Since she lost her hand in the accident, she is no longer able to pursue archery, but this doesn't mean your life is over. Now that she doesn't have a poem, she can write your own future. Before his flight, Vikram finds a diary in his bag which was hidden there by Priya. No, there she tells him that she's going to prove his prediction wrong by ending her life, thus saving Vikram from drowning. She decides to drive off a cliff but is hit by an oncoming truck. She smashes her head against the window and has admitted to the hospital in critical condition. When Vikram finds out about this, he's devastated. He gets on call with her uncle and talks to her using the intercom. her about how predictions can be wrong and that he loves her, which causes Purna to react. Vikram then rushes to meet her at the hospital but is not able to because of the heavy rains. His only way back to the city is by boarding a ship. As he gets to the dock, the ship has just departed, and so he takes a leap of faith and makes it. The captain of the ship welcomes him as they had met previously. As the ship sets its course, the rains keep getting worse, causing it to malfunction. The harsh waves ultimately destroy the ship and everyone on board leaves through the lifeboat. Unfortunately, due to the chaos, Vikram is left alone on the ship and he's faced with dodging all the containers that are sliding towards him. Finally, as the ship goes under, Vikram removes to the top and decides to fight for his life. Up until this day, he believed that fate can be changed, but today for Purna, he decides to give his guru's teaching a shot and hopes to survive this accident. He gets to the top of the ship and fires a flare gun, but in the end he goes down with the ship, proving his prophecy to be true. Just then Prerana wakes up from her surgery. As we all expected, Vikram wakes up too and swims to the top. There he grabs under some of the floating cargo but is faced with a massive wave. In the end, we watch Purna being strolled out of her room and Vikram shows up just then dripping with blood and offers her a rose, and the both of them laugh together. They both get married and live happily ever after. Thank you for watching.